We were halfway down the ridge when she suddenly winced and said, "Dad, my foot hurts." I assumed it was something minor, a blister, maybe a pebble caught in her shoe. But the look on her face stopped me cold, pain mixed with confusion, too sharp to ignore. I crouched down right away, loosened her laces, and slipped off the shoe as gently as I could. When I tilted it, something inside caught my eye and my breath. There, tucked against the heel, was a small black device.
Sleek.
Discreet. The sort of thing you'd never notice unless you were looking for it. My hand didn't tremble, but everything inside me did. I held her hand, smiled like it was all fine, and told her not to worry. Then I made the call. The police arrived quickly. They collected the tracker, logged the details, and confirmed the worst of my suspicions. It was live. It had been recording her location for weeks. This wasn't some random glitch of fate. It was intentional. Someone had planned this. They knew her habits. Knew she'd be wearing those shoes. Knew I wouldn't catch on, except I did. Not soon enough to stop it. Just in time to start paying attention. 2 years earlier, things were simple. Predictable. My world revolved around Lily. Her mother had disappeared shortly after she was born, left for good with some financier overseas. I didn't try to find her. I stayed. I built a quiet, solid life for my daughter. Or so I thought. Then Claire showed up. Not flashy. That was the trick. She was calm, steady, full of easy warmth. She laughed softly, gave measured advice, never overstepped until she did. She folded herself into our routine like she'd always belonged. Made Lily laugh in ways I hadn't seen in years. Made me believe I could trust again. Piece by piece, she became part of everything. Dinners, drop-offs, casual opinions that turned into firm suggestions. Small nudges that became invisible lines drawn around our lives. And I didn't see the pattern until it was too late. People like her don't make mistakes, not real ones. When she got close, it was intentional. So when I spotted the tracker inside Lily's shoe, I knew Claire hadn't just crossed a line. She was the line. A danger. The cops didn't help. Said it wasn't enough for charges. No prints, no footage, no witnesses. Just suspicion.
But I didn't need them to act.
I just needed them to stay out of my way. The weeks that followed were quiet. I played it cool, distant, maybe confused, maybe guilty. I stopped reaching out. No more calls to Claire. No replies to her texts. Let her come to me. And she did, crying, apologizing, saying I'd been cold, that Lily missed her, that she wanted to make things right. I welcomed her back in. Let her believe it was working. At night, while she slept next to me again, I searched her bag. Found another tracker, same brand. And something else, a flash drive. Encrypted. But that's nothing to me. I used to write the kind of code people now try to crack. So it didn't take long. And what I uncovered hit harder than I'd prepared for. It was bigger than just Lily. Files, names, dates, schools, families. Children targeted. Private details. It was a network. A scheme. Claire was part of a system. Long-term manipulation, infiltration, planted surveillance. Families with money, secrets, vulnerabilities. She built trust, installed devices, gathered leverage, then vanished, leaving broken homes and legal chaos in her wake. Only Claire hadn't just worked for it. She was running her own operation inside it. I made 2 copies of the data. One went in the mail to a lawyer friend with a sealed note. Open if I disappear. The other stayed on me, always. Then I started my own plan. First step. Bait. I invited Claire on a weekend retreat. A secluded cabin near the state line. Just us and Lily. Told her it was a test, to see if we still had a future as a family.
She said, yes, a little too fast.
Second, protection. I made sure someone had the evidence if I didn't come back.
The drive.
The note. Third, the snare. On the second night, I suggested a walk, just me. Left Claire inside with Lily by the fire. I stepped outside and set up a small camera, aimed at the living room, quietly streaming everything back to a secure backup. Then I returned and sat down beside her. Calmly, I asked, why was there a tracker in my daughter's shoe? Her expression cracked. Just for a beat. Then came the act. Outrage, disbelief, tears. How could you accuse me of that? Why would I do that to Lily? You think I'd hurt her? I said nothing. Let her unravel. She got sloppy.
Angry.
And that made her reckless. She slipped, referenced a school event I never told her about, mentioned a location she shouldn't have known, and then she called Lily the subject. That term was straight from the files. I let her finish. Then I turned a laptop around so she could see the live stream, and I told her 6 simple words. It's already with the police. She panicked, lunged for the camera, screamed, shoved, tried to smash it. But it was over. My friend had been watching the whole thing. The moment she went violent, he alerted the sheriff. 10 minutes later, the deputies arrived. I brewed tea while they handcuffed her. After that, everything moved fast. She took a plea deal, charges of conspiracy, surveillance, child endangerment. The FBI stepped in. Other families started speaking up. Turns out Claire wasn't just a cog in the machine. She'd been orchestrating her own web of control. And Lily? She's doing okay. She's young enough that some memories will fade, but old enough to know the truth matters. I told her gently, sometimes people pretend to love just to get access, just to get power. But we're safe now. And wiser. I don't hand out trust anymore. And I don't forgive what doesn't deserve it. Sometimes, late at night when the house is quiet and the wind stands still, I think about that day on the trail. Lily's little voice saying her foot hurt. That small moment led to the biggest truth of all. And now, I don't miss Claire. I don't dream about her. What stays with me is Lily. Her laughter echoing through the trees as she runs free, safe, whole. Because I made sure the wolf didn't get to walk away with its fangs.